Sean, I am so excited for what we've got going on with Internet Sales 20 Group going to Los Angeles. Do you know that Southern California is where I started my car career many, many years ago?
No, I had no idea, but I cannot wait to go to LA myself. So tell me why you're...
Well, I'm so excited because, first of all, the momentum that has been building up with Internet Sales 20 Group between Chicago, which was an absolute phenomenon, and then we steamrolled into Dallas with some phenomenal results. I don't know about you, but I get phone calls and emails every day from dealers that attended both Chicago and Dallas asking questions, and when I ask them how they're doing, they cannot speak more enthusiastically about the results that they're getting from what they learned at Internet Sales 20 Group. And now that we're going to California, we've got a chance to work with some really high potential dealers that are going to be attending.
Ralph, 100% agree. You know, the part of the reason why we picked LA for this time slot is like a locomotive. We wanted to gain momentum and gain that speed. You know, actually the first one was in Philadelphia. It was very small. The first big one was in Chicago, as you mentioned, then Dallas. And, you know, LA was strategically placed because it is the mecca in the automotive industry. So I agree.
You know, Southern California is really the home of the car culture in America. Now, I know there's a lot of car people out there that are going to debate me on that one, but most people will tell you that in California, cars are a way of life. And to be a car sales professional or a dealer in California is a very special privilege indeed. And what we're going to be doing out there at Internet Sales 20 Group in Los Angeles is supercharging these California dealers and those from neighboring states, my hometown of Phoenix, obviously very close to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and many other neighboring states are going to be welcome to attend. But what really excites me, Sean, is what have you been hearing from the dealers that have attended, for example, the most recent one in Dallas?
Buzz.
Incredible
Let's go back to Dallas for a second. Dallas is epically in the history books because we achieved, you know, something pretty prolific. We actually were trending topic on Twitter, legitimately the #1 organic placement above the Pope. Am I correct?
Yes. In fact, we were all shocked. We were all looking down at our Twitter screens, and when we saw trending topics be IS20G, you know, right, the hashtag IS20G, I think we were all kind of shocked that there was that much power within the auto industry, all concentrated at the Internet Sales 20 Group in Dallas. It was exciting. Those of you who were there, you know what I'm talking about. And for those of you who weren't there, you're definitely going to want to reserve your seat in Los Angeles so that you can get tapped into this incredible power and energy source, which we're calling Internet Sales 20 Group.
Now, to give specifics, we just booked the Renaissance in Los Angeles, which is at the LAX airport. So there's no excuses for travel. We could have obviously the local California dealerships and the surrounding states attend, but I anticipate, Ralph, that dealers like Dallas, like Chicago, are going to be coming from all over the country. Now, just to bring you up to speed, if you weren't part of the original 20 Group in Philadelphia, Chicago, or Dallas, one of the biggest differences is the interaction. Ralph, can you tell the people, just from your experience, just the level of bi-directional conversation and high-level conversation? What was that like for you?
Sean, I've attended hundreds of events like this, all geared to improving the way dealers operate in their skill sets. These Internet Sales 20 Groups are the most interactive, in the truest sense of the world, workshops that I've ever attended. Rarely have I ever seen a workshop with 100 dealers in the room all discussing and sharing ideas and interrupting each other and asking questions. And then the way it's configured, where we have the suppliers around the perimeter, heck, we even drag the suppliers into the middle of it. You want to beat up on a supplier? Come to Internet Sales 20 Group, and we're going to get the straight scoop from them. In fact, I think if you recall, we had Higher Gear out there giving away freebies to their dealers, you know, for attending Internet Sales 20 Group. It's truly a very special event. And the interaction, as Sean pointed out, is something that I don't believe you could artificially create.
No.
What we're seeing is a real spontaneity, and where dealers in this environment feel free to ask the questions that have been bugging them. And in many cases, the answers are not coming from Sean or Ralph or anybody else. They're coming from the other dealers in the room that have already solved these problems.
Now, a couple of things I want to add to this is the materials. That's the other thing that I'm very proud of. Me and my wife are Franklin Covey trainers and NSA speakers. We took a tremendous amount of time to create the workbooks. Can you just tell the people, like, just
phenomenal workbooks? Now, I've supervised projects with very big budgets for Ford Motor Company, Toyota Motor Sales, American Honda. Those of you that might remember me from those days know that we had some very slick materials. But I'm telling you, the workbook that Sean and his wife Karen have created blows me away. The quality of it, the production quality, the quality of the content that's within the workbook. The instructional design is such that, very surprisingly, I see these many dealer principals and general managers actually using the workbook throughout the 3-day event because it's laid out so logically and with so much care for the details. It's not one of these workbooks where it's got a whole bunch of blanks and you fill it in. In this particular case, the answers are all in there. What the moderators are doing is drawing your attention to your choices so that you can make decisions while you're at the Internet Sales 20 group and emerge at the end of the event, which I call the piece de resistance, which is the action plan that Sean and those of us assisting him facilitate on the last day. The biggest surprise, Sean, to me has been the level of execution that's happening at the dealerships after Internet Sales 20 group. You know, Neil Amaral, I asked him, I don't know if you remember from Chicago, but he had an action plan that I really thought was too much.
Right.
And so I saw Neil yesterday and I asked him, how much of your Internet Sales 20 group action plan have you completed? And him and his brother, Amaral Automotive, they've executed all of it. They're now they're looking forward to coming out to Los Angeles all the way from New Jersey because they need to build another action plan.
I got a couple more to add on to that. We had Lithia Nissan, which is a huge dealer group. We had the internet director there. If you recall, what we do part of the Internet Sales 20 group, it's not just the 3-day event. After the 3-day event, we do a 5-week follow-up with the GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar. We had about like 75 attendees actually join that, post webinar, and they were sharing success stories. One of them is that Andy, who was the internet director at Lithia, was telling us that he went from having 25 reviews to 75 reviews in 5 weeks. And he bumped his score, his average score being like a 2.9, and from their dealer rater ratings and the Yelp ratings, and I think it was like an 18 score, whatever it was for Google. He boosted his score up, so he boosted the level and the volume. So again, it's a success after success.
And that sells cars.
Oh my gosh,
Sean,
absolutely.
that sells cars. I'm gonna bring up something that maybe Sean doesn't notice, but every once in a while I walk into the headquarters here at Dealer Synergy and I'll listen to Sean on the phone, and really these follow-up calls, these go-to-meeting follow-up sessions for the Internet Sales 20 group attendees, the dealers that attend, are surprisingly productive. I overheard him yesterday helping a dealer solve an issue where the marketing director had left the dealer group.
Right.
And you were helping replace the marketing director. Again, additional residual benefits to you and your organization after you become part of Internet Sales 20 group. So I'm going to implore you to reserve your seat before they're sold out and make sure you come to Los Angeles. We're going to have fun. We're going to learn a lot. And when you get back, you're going to sell many more cars than you're selling today.
The bottom line, that's what it's all about. Selling more cars, more often, more profitable. Again, superstar lineup is going to be on the website. The website is internetsales20group.com. The date is November 12th, 13th, and 14th. Again, November 12th, 13th, and 14th in beautiful Los Angeles at the Renaissance Hotel at LAX. Thank you again.
Thank you.